CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Connor Hogg.
Good evening. Tornado season in Alberta is more active than usual. Environment Canada says the province usually sees 15 all year. So far this year, it says we're already up to 12. Two touched down last night about 4.5 hours northwest of Edmonton. A local fire chief says no one was seriously hurt in one of them near Girouville and Falher, but property was damaged.
We did see a fairly strong cell that moved through from around the 7 o'clock hours, kind of when things started to get going, and then rolling through right through about 10 o'clock at night.
The farm that took a lot of damage has destroyed some machine sheds, definitely some grain bin storage areas as well. And in town, there's a few houses that lost roofs. Nothing came off the foundation, which we're thankful for.
This small garage ended up upside down and thrown against a camper. The storm also knocked out power to all of Girouville. Today, crews were out cleaning up and repairing damage. Smoky River's fire chief says neighbors have been helping each other out.
It's a humbling experience to see that many people come out and assist their neighbors and friends and family. Doesn't matter who you are, who you are not, or who you know and who you don't know. The community come together and did an excellent job providing for each other.
The Northern Tornadoes Project says that twister near Girouville was one of 2 tornadoes last night. The other touched down a little further north near Nampa. People near Girouville and Falher say there was little to no warning before they saw the spiral in the sky. Environment Canada says an alert wasn't issued because it developed quickly and the storm didn't show the typical tornado-producing features. An Edmonton massage therapist has been charged with sexual assault, and Edmonton police are now looking for other potential victims. Last week, police charged 36-year-old Julio Uribe with sexual assault. Police say earlier this month, a woman reported being touched inappropriately without consent while she was getting a massage. EPS says it happened at Bamboo Wellness on the south side. Uribe has been released with conditions. He's not to go back to the business or contact the complainant. Investigators are asking anyone who experienced something similar to come forward. A historic building in the Quarters that was once the centerpiece of a proposed arts hub could soon be demolished. The city-owned Corman building is up for sale. As CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports, the neighborhood has found another path to support the arts.
It's one of those old buildings downtown you might not even notice. Built in 1912 by a German immigrant, it was home to a Ukrainian bookstore, notable enough to inspire this replica at Fort Edmonton Park. About a decade ago, there was a plan to transform it.
There's a 15-story tower above the podium, and that's going to contain 64 live-work units.
The Corman Block facade was going to be integrated into an arts hub that would help transform the Quarters neighborhood, but the vision never became a reality.
Over time, there was about $8.3 million committed by the city. Provincial government never did come through with a commitment of funds, and that's where it stalled out.
The project's name is still painted on one side of the building, along with an ad for cigarettes. The building is historic, but not protected. The city has put the property up for sale, and council is setting aside $600,000 to tear it down due to critical structural failures, among other issues.
If somebody could take it, disassemble part of it, and then integrate that into a new build, that'd be great for the neighborhood.
Arts Habitat's current executive director says the arts community has moved past the vision for the Tower Hub.
Over the years, we've still been able to kind of have that same vision, but just more spread out.
Al Chapman is excited about this space, also in the Quarters, where artists of all types come to create and collab. His group is now focused on promoting its new cultural infrastructure plan to bring art spaces to more parts of the city.
A healthy arts community, it leads to a healthy community, period.
Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
A city official says he will work to escalate complaints from people living in Callingwood about the neighborhood dog park. People who use the park regularly say they feel it's been neglected by the city. CTV's Evan Kenny has more on the changes they want.
Hey,
People bring their dogs to the off-leash park in Callingwood every day. They love this park, but they say the park isn't feeling the love from the city.
It seems like we're second class to the other off-leash areas.
Dead trees, path maintenance, and long grass are just 3 of the complaints brought forward to city officials during a walking tour today.
The safety of patrons coming here, but that could be everything from the fallen trees to making sure the surfaces are walkable, nothing's in the way.
They say they've voiced these concerns for years without anything changing.
Just a little bit of maintenance and a little bit of changes can really help the community and help the people here feel a lot better about the park itself.
The city currently budgets $77 million each year to maintain parks around Edmonton. That includes mowing the grass every 10 to 18 days and cleaning sites.
I don't think the city is actually faltering in doing anything here. They're doing it according to plan, but maybe the plan's not good enough.
Graham Leggett works in the area councillor's office. He says he will organize meetings with the city's administration, parks and forestry departments to see what can be done.
They're not going to come in here with diggers this summer, I can tell you that much. Can we get things improved, like maybe grass cutting, garbage is emptied a bit more frequently? That's something maybe we can look at, but as far as major overhaul to this park, that would be something that would have to be considered in a future budget.
Some people are excited to hear about the possibility of change. Others...
How are you feeling after doing this walking tour here?
Lovely.
Yeah?
Yeah, no.
Not feeling optimistic?
No.
The city says anyone with further concerns should call 311. Evan Kenny, CTV News, Edmonton.
The deadline has passed for a controversial billboard in Tabor to be removed. Now the man behind it says 2 more electronic displays are going up.
It was just simply a way to show we're not going to be pushed around. This is valid, legitimate advertising in anticipation of a referenda.
The billboard is privately owned and operated on town land. Corey Morgan was given until June 13th to remove it. In a letter to the billboard owner, the town says it heard from people who felt it was a nuisance. A Central Alberta rodeo has cancelled its annual parade after public backlash related to a float featuring Alberta flags. The Sundre Pro Rodeo and Race Association banned the float before reversing the decision, which organizers say led to hostility towards volunteers. CTV's Tyson Fedor has more.
The town of Sundre is known for its western roots and flags of both Canada and Alberta waving in the wind across the community. But an annual tradition that was set for Saturday is being cancelled because of the Alberta flag.
We own up to it and we apologize and should have taken a better look or asked for clarification when it came to their application.
The parade's theme was celebrating our Sundre pioneers, but a float application was denied because it generated significant public discussion and strong opinions.
It was just simple float with 10 Alberta flags, no banners, no political statements, no leaflets, no handouts, nothing like that.
Zane Novak helped create the float. He said the parade committee denied it. The rodeo says it changed gears and welcomed the float back, something Novak denies. But amid the flip-flop, staff and volunteers received significant backlash, including threats.
Or emails sent to our general inbox or our media inbox of, we're going to hunt you down, publicly humiliate you, like just things of threatening nature. And then we had seen some death threats as well.
I do not want anybody making threats. That's totally inappropriate.
It comes as Alberta separation talks have ramped up with a provincial referendum this fall. The rodeo says staff may have been overly cautious with their screening process, thinking it was a pro-Alberta independent stance.
That shouldn't stop the parade from happening, no matter what people's opinions are. I feel
they fly all kinds of flags, whatever it says on the side of the float, I guess, depends. Remember, we had a manure spreader a few years ago, and there was an uproar about that.
That manure spreader was entered as a float in 2022, depicting former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and then NDP leader Jagmeet Singh.
If they just have the flags on the float and going down, fine, but if they're saying things that shouldn't be said, well, no.
As for the float organizers, they say the Alberta flag has become weaponized.
How has it that we have come to the point where we cannot fly an Alberta flag?
The rodeo will still take place this weekend. Tyson Fedor, CTV News, Sundre.
The province is testing out new programs that will mean fewer trips to the pharmacy for some Albertans. Beginning in the fall, pharmacies in rural and remote communities will be able to expand their services. They'll be able to offer health screenings, point-of-care testing, and acute condition assessments. Albertans with stable chronic conditions will also be able to receive a supply of up to 100 days of medication.
For rural Albertans, this can mean getting help sooner, avoiding unnecessary trips, and receiving the care from trusted professionals in their own community.
The province is also increasing dispensing fees. They'll go up to $12.35 from $12.15 for prescriptions under 84 days, and up to $13.50 from $12.15 on prescriptions of 84 days or more. A new piece of medical equipment is expected to help doctors diagnose diseases and conditions quicker. The University of Alberta Hospital is now home to Alberta's first photon-counting CT scanner. The new technology provides more detailed images of a patient's body while using less radiation than regular CT scanners. The hospital says the scanner will help doctors detect medical issues faster and more accurately.
It provides up to 5 times clearer imaging and 60% lower radiation, especially important for children and patients who require repeated scans. That means better information for healthcare teams and a stronger experience for patients, because behind every scan is a person waiting for answers.
The University Hospital Foundation says the new scanner is one of the most significant advances in CT imaging in more than 30 years. The city is making it easier for people to play sports through a project that's new in Alberta. Gear lockers are now available at several local parks. They can be accessed for free through an app. CTV's Nermanisa has more.
A quick game of pickup basketball for these junior high students. The ball belongs to the school, but what happens if you want to play a game after class? These high school teens are using the new sports lockers stationed at Confederation Park in South Edmonton. Here they can access soccer balls, footballs, and basketballs.
Me and my friends come here and play basketball almost every weekend, so to see like a good ball that's like high quality, to just be available for usage, no money, no nothing, and the lockers work great. It's pretty cool.
Edmonton is the first city in the province to launch this free program.
We hear that over and over again, that the cost of getting into sport can be a barrier, especially at a time where affordability is a challenge for so many people. And so to be able to just provide people a free way to get connected and get active, that's what we want to see more of.
The lockers are accessible by signing up through a mobile app. Once you log on, you can unlock one of the lockers and borrow a ball.
We're going to monitor usage, the data that comes back from them to figure out, if they're the right locations. And the easy thing about them, as you can see, is you can just simply pick them up and move them to another location if it's not meeting the needs of that community.
There are 30 kiosks at 20 different city parks. Future locations could be added.
Play doesn't have to be structured all the time, and so this is what it's about, is making sure that play can just be something people pick up and do, low barrier to access, and start having some fun.
The sports equipment is available from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. throughout the summer months. This is a 5-year pilot project. Nermanisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
Coming up next, a look at the festival's returning to Hawrelak Park this summer after its years-long closure. Also ahead, items left behind finding new life as the building blocks of a miniature village created by an Edmonton man.
I started with a cardboard box because I could see something in it.
Good evening, folks. An active late afternoon, early evening out ahead of the showers and thunderstorms. We got to 22 for a daytime high today, a little warmer than expected. Should see some more scattered showers and thunderstorms over the next couple of days, a little bit cooler as well. We'll talk more about all that in just a few minutes.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Hawrelak Park will soon hold its first summer festivals in 3 years. The park reopened last month after a years-long facelift. As CTV's Curtis Goodrum reports, the Free Will Shakespeare Festival will be the first to try out the revamped space.
Rows of updated seats in the newly renovated Horillac Park. A revamped theatre preparing for 25 days of Shakespeare performances after a 3-year break.
It is very exciting to have this show be the first one here, and I think for this cast to be part of the first company back in the amphitheatre.
Much ado about nothing. Director Ian Long says the amphitheatre has seen big improvements.
We're kind of testing it along with the city as well.
David Horak is the artistic director for the Free Will Shakespeare Festival. He says losing its home hurt the festival's ability to bring in audiences.
Or if it looks a little dicey weather-wise, we can go and perform. And in the other locations for the past 3 years, we were really weather dependent.
They're not the only ones who depend on the weather. The Silver Skate Festival will return in February.
Horlac's our home, and we are so excited to come back.
The city's longest-running winter festival says there's already more international interest than in the past several years.
I think that a lot of people will be really excited to come back and experience in winter. It'll be really nice to be skating on this pond again.
We couldn't be happier and more excited to have our festivals return to their home. Some of these festivals have been here for longer than 20, 30 years.
The City of Edmonton says the newly renovated park will draw more visitors to events through the summer.
We definitely recommend everyone gives themselves lots of time to travel here.
Free Will Shakespeare Festival starts Wednesday. Later this summer, Edmontonians can enjoy Heritage Festival, Symphony Under the Sky, and more at the park. Curtis Goodrum, CTV News, Edmonton.
A mysterious underground structure has been discovered at Lake Minnewanka in Banff National Park. Parks Canada says a portion of the beach collapsed in May. When officials took a closer look at the hole, they realized it was caused by the caving in of a previously unknown underground structure. In 1944, there was a campground in the area, and Parks Canada suspects the structure is related to that. Heritage specialists are assessing the site to learn more. The area remains fenced off for safety. An Alberta man who's been mountaineering for 20 years recently reached Canada's highest peak. While he set out with a partner to climb Mount Logan in Yukon, he ended up reaching the summit solo. CTV's Kevin Fleming has the details.
It takes months to prepare for an ascent of Mount Logan, and all that planning is rewarded with a flight into base camp with all the supplies needed for the climb. Tom Kidda and his climbing partner from the U.S. say the weather started out fine. The two spent days hauling their supplies and gear up the mountain in the territory's southwest corner, and at times experienced whiteout conditions.
It's really difficult to walk straight for a couple hundred meters. So what was happening was zigzagging around this glacier, and my partner was a little bit getting freaked out. We're going to zigzag into a crevasse.
June 2nd, the partner became ill, and at 6 p.m. the weather cleared enough for Kidda to make the move to summit Logan solo. But on the 6-hour climb, yet again the weather turned for the worse, forcing Kidda to put on more clothing with bare hands.
With 30 seconds, so it probably took like 45 minutes to change my clothing, add extra layer. And this was the most clothing I wore in my whole entire life.
But at midnight, he made it to Canada's highest peak at 5,959 meters.
It took me about 6 hours, so count 4, to reach this summit. The knife edge approach is kind of scary, but I'm hoping I can get out of here alive.
Felix Jordan flies climbers into base camp from April 1st to the middle of July and says the scenery is stunning.
It's so massive out there that there's so much to explore. There's so many areas that I haven't even touched yet. And they're not even far away, but all of a sudden you notice like you're flying just like one click over somewhere and it's a whole different area. And it's just, the vastness of it is crazy.
Kidda now has one more peak added to the list of mountains he's climbed, and he's already thinking of which peak he'll summit next. Kevin Fleming, CTV News, Calgary.
Coming up after the break, unconventional materials reignite an Edmonton man's creative spark, driving him to create something out of nothing and inspiring others to do their part.
I thought, thank goodness, because I always found a purpose for everything.
Programming brought to you by Alberta iGaming Corporation. For integrity, for fun, for Alberta.
Welcome back. 22 degrees for a daytime high after starting the day at 13. 14, some scattered shower and thunderstorm activity really across much of the province today. You had some severe thunderstorms, even potentially 2 more tornadoes down in southeastern Alberta earlier in the day today, and some sizable hail north of Edmonton. What we're looking at now through the overnight period, though, is this period of mostly showers and even some pockets of steadier rain, and that will likely push through the Edmonton area and areas off to the west and northwest through the overnight period here. I think it does by 7, 8 in the morning drop off to the south of the Edmonton region. So Red Deer up to the northwest, up through Grand Prairie through the morning hours. You'll likely see some rain. We may actually just get mostly cloudy skies for several hours tomorrow morning here in the Edmonton area. And then around lunchtime and through the afternoon, it's going to be really hit and miss. Some scattered shower and thunderstorm activity potentially right through into the early evening hours. And again, Thursday, similar setup with the chance of some late day showers and thunderstorms. 8 to 10 across eastern Alberta, a little milder there in Edmonton and Grand Prairie. 11s tomorrow morning. We'll see daytime highs somewhere in the 15 to 20 range for most of the northwest. Whitecourt about 14 or 15. Closer to 20 in Fort McMurray. A little drier overall across the northeast, although even here through the afternoon hours, you do have a chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms, just not as high a probability as areas back further to the west. Red Deer, 16. It's not going to rain all day tomorrow, but you will have some showers and occasionally thunderstorms in the area for much of the day. Highs of 18 in Jasper and Lloydminster. Here in the city, we'll get to about 18 or 19 for daytime highs tomorrow, depending on how much sun we see break through the clouds and for how long. Again, today, you had a little more sunshine than expected. Got all the way up to 22. Chances of some scattered late day showers and thunderstorms Thursday. Sunnier for Friday and up to about 21 or 22. And then, yeah, it looks cooler for the weekend and wet, especially Saturday. That could be some heavy, steady rain on Saturday. First week of summer. Should see a more prolonged stretch of warm weather. That is your forecast.
MacEwan grads will be all over the WinSpear this week as thousands of students receive their degrees and diplomas. More than 2,000 Bachelor of Arts and Science graduates walked across the stage today. The school says convocation is a chance for students to celebrate years of hard work. One graduate is being recognized for her academic success and leadership as this year's President's Medal recipient.
Oh, it feels very rewarding. It feels that all of the things I've been able to accomplish, all of the struggles, the late nights, the sleepless nights, early mornings, it's all worth it.
Ceremonies run until the end of the week. An 83-year-old man from Edmonton is aiming to reduce waste at his retirement home by building a miniature town. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti reports.
This is the town of Recycle. Like many towns in Alberta, it has a school, a church, and a farm with animals.
I started with a cardboard box because I could see something in it.
That vision turned into this, a town made of 90% recycled materials. 83-year-old Russ Drury used popsicle sticks, a can from the cafeteria, cardboard, and a Kleenex box.
So I built the outhouse and I wallpapered the inside.
After a lesson on recycling from St. Andrew's Centre, Drury took it to the next level with his creation.
Because there was so much waste, you know. We want it more and more to be recycled, which we are doing now.
I thought, thank goodness, because I always found a purpose for everything. I never threw it out.
Drury is no stranger to building. He used to have a workshop, but stopped due to medical issues. Creating the town of Recycle helped reignite his creativity.
So instead of using machinery, now I'm working with a pair of scissors, a utility knife, and glue.
Drury added some personal touches to the town, like the general store.
My wife's name and mine, our initials, and the year we were married.
Its small streets and warm details have inspired the residents in more ways than one.
Now that he's doing it, I think people are recycling a lot more, which is good.
I think a lot of people could pick up on the project and have ideas of their own too. Just because you're old doesn't mean that you can't do anything, for one thing.
The town of Recycle has a population of 0 right now, but that could change.
Everybody thinks that I should build a hotel to go with this town. So I guess that's another project to get going.
Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
Thanks for watching us tonight. For the latest news anytime, visit our website, ctvnewsedmonton.ca. Thank you for spending your time here. Have a good night.